Hello, everyone. Recently, someone said that if I didn't interview Patrick Ryan, then I didn't cover the start of GamerGate. I had never heard of Mr. Ryan before, so I asked them for more information, and they sent me a slideshow presentation by Mr. Ryan about COVID-19. At the beginning of the presentation, Mr. Ryan talks about his backstory. Mr. Ryan claims that he, quote, doubled Milo Yiannopoulos' Twitter follower count when Milo came to support Gamergate, which brought Bannon into Gamergate and supercharged the entire event as a Spanish Civil War to Trump's World War II. A rather large claim, and one that figured that I should investigate further. I spent the next 20 to 30 minutes or so looking into it and compiling evidence, and I wasn't all that convinced. So I threw together what I'd found into a paste bin in order to dispel what seemed to be false information. Let's go over the timeline of events as it relates to this claim. On August 28th, 2014, the Gamers Are Dead articles are published. On September 1st, 2014, Milo Yiannopoulos writes his first article about Gamergate. On November 22nd, 2014, Patrick Ryan makes several tweets criticizing the anti-Gamergate blockbot. On November 26th, 2014, Patrick Ryan suggests that people buy bots to follow Milo Yiannopoulos in order to, quote, break the blockbot. Milo Yiannopoulos and two other Gamergate supporters urge him not to do this. On October 14, 2017, Patrick Ryan uploads an image on Imgur, supposedly of a screenshot of him spending $50 to buy 20,000 Twitter followers from Milo Yiannopoulos on November 26, 2014. I didn't know they were so cheap. He also, on an indeterminate date, shares a screenshot of his browsing history that he says is from November 26, 2014, showing him going to a website where users can supposedly purchase bots. On March 28, 2020, Patrick Ryan created his slideshow presentation where he makes his big claims. So let's look at Milo Yiannopoulos' Twitter follower count over time. On July 3rd, 2014, Milo had 17.5 thousand followers. On September 1st, Milo wrote his first article about Gamergate, and 3 days later, on September 4th, he had 20,000 Twitter followers. On November 21st, Milo had 38.3 thousand followers. On November 26th, Patrick Ryan claims that he spent $50 and bought 20,000 Twitter followers from an obscure website. On this day, Milo had 38.3 thousand followers. On December 6th, Milo had 39.5 thousand followers. On December 27th, Milo had 40.2 thousand followers. And on January 19th, 2015, Milo had 41,000 followers. Where are the bots? Well, Mr. Ryan has an answer for that. He links to an archive from November 21st, 2015 of TwitterAudit.com, a third-party website that reports 15% of Milo's Twitter followers, about 14,000 accounts, are bots. Now, I cannot speak to how accurate these third-party websites are, so take it all with a grain of salt when it comes to these. But is this 15% number especially unique to Milo? We'll probably never have comprehensive data on what the statistical average of bot followers was from 2014 to 2015. But we have some other near contemporaneous examples that we can look at from the same source even. An May 2015 report showed that 13% of Feminist Frequency's followers were bots. A July 2015 report showed that 15% of Sargon of Akkad's followers were bots. An April 2016 report showed that 12% of Zoe Quinn's followers were bots. An August 2016 report showed that 39% of Donald Trump's followers were bots. For comparison, today Bot Sentinel reports that 15% of Elon Musk's followers were bots, 15% of Sargon of Akkad's followers are bots still, 12% for Destiny, and 18% for Patrick Ryan himself. It should be noted that when confronted about his claims, Mr. Ryan has acted like a bit of a child. He has threatened to use scripts, quote unquote, to go after me. He also threatened legal action against me twice. This is not especially shocking behavior from Mr. Ryan, though, as he is openly pro-doxing and has used Twitter/X to seemingly engage in doxing against people he doesn't like. Strangely, these tweets are even still up. Obviously, I condemn Mr. Ryan's actions. Do not attempt to dox or hack Mr. Ryan in return. Do not send him death threats. Do not send him mean messages. So, what actually happened on November 26th, 2014? Did he actually attempt to buy the bots? Maybe he did try. Maybe the screenshot of his receipt and of his browsing history going to the bot website are real. Maybe he did spend $50 on what he thought were bots that day. But did the 20,000 bots actually materialize? Or did he just get scammed? If Mr. Ryan wants to stand by his claims that he is behind it all, he's going to have to present better evidence than this. And it should also be pointed out that even if he had purchased some number of bots, even 20,000 with $50, as he claims, he did this months after Milo Yiannopoulos had already been involved in the Gamergate controversy. Hardly what I would call Mr. Ryan playing some sort of pivotal role in, quote, bringing Bannon into the fold, as he claimed. And indeed, if he only bought 20,000 followers, well, 5 days prior to that, Milo already had 38,000 followers, so he clearly didn't double his follower count. I asked Mr. Ryan to just recant his seemingly false claims and inform those who he convinced of them that he was mistaken. He did not take this route, and now I'm making this video. As I'm an amateur historian covering Gamergate, I also had an interest in finding out if Mr. Ryan had supported doxing and hacking people during Gamergate, though he unfortunately didn't answer my query, at least not with an answer relating to the question I asked. It is worth noting that Mr. Ryan's involvement with Gamergate appears to have been quite minor. I had never heard of him prior to last night, and he only had 200 Twitter followers in November 2014. Anyway, that's the story. That's Mr. Ryan's big claim. So what do you think? Is he the power behind the throne? Or just a sad person with delusions of grandeur who got scammed out of $50 in November 2014?